Cheer. That was a quick one.
Man.
I was on it.
Right when I think I'm having a bad day, you come in with the cheer.
Cheer. Cheer. Yeah. I can't get any lower than that. What's going on, everybody? We are back. Strictly Apple Talk. My name's Alex.
I'm Landon.
No, I'm Jonathan.
And, yeah. We're halfway through January. Is that right?
Are we? It's the 9th. We're a third.
Kind
of.
Episode 24. We're back. We're going to talk about workflow today, as it relates to everyone, from Jonathan in the room to Landon to myself. Myself as a creative, Jonathan as a creative and a student, and Landon as a business owner, and overall Landon.
Oh, man.
That's a lot to unpack. Maybe that's 5
a lot
episodes.
to unpack. No, absolutely.
Yeah, we're back. So we're going to talk about workflow. Landon, I know we have discussed this personally in the past, but do you use Safari on your...
I'm a Safari guy. Now, that's crazy, and we're going to get into a very hot topic.
Yes, we are, because
quickly.
I don't know. So I'm lazy. I never set my native browser to Chrome, which I use on my phone. And when I do something natively on my computer as well, it goes to Safari. But I only run one at LinkedIn.
Safari?
Yeah, because I forgot my password.
Is it saved on there?
It's saved on there.
Well, you should probably reset your password.
But here's the deal. Every time that Apple comes up with a new software update, whether it be with iOS or, with Mac OS, there's always big items that have to do with Safari.
Yep.
Integrations, between translations, now with AI, capturing images, taking whole websites and redoing them. I feel left out. A little bit jealous, but that's my own doing. Because Chrome...
Because you're so far behind is what you're saying?
And I think it's because, because I'm so far behind. And every time something comes out, I'm just like, man, I wish I could use that. But maybe it's just tedious to switch over.
Yeah.
Because I'd have different, Google accounts on Chrome, for different, like one for work or two for work, one for personal. And then those have all integrated in the third-party websites. So then I just feel trapped.
At least you're not using Firefox.
That's true.
Because what's crazy is a lot of like applications in Word-based documents or sometimes with bank software or anything like that, you have to directly use like Chrome. They'll ask me, what are you using? Are you using a Mac?
Right.
Yeah, I'm using a Mac. Are you using Safari? There's your problem. So now I just know to switch over and try like a different browser.
Right.
But I think I like Safari. I genuinely like Safari. I think it's just because it's very, it's very Apple.
What about you, Jonathan? What do you use?
I'm a Chrome cat.
Chrome.
Cat. Wow.
Yeah. And Chrome, I feel like Chrome has a lot more extensions too, third-party extensions.
It definitely does.
I'm also biased. I've been in school for a while, and it's what I was
Chromebooks.
brought up to.
Yeah.
You work on Chromebooks?
Heck no, I work on this MacBook right
I know, but of course. But before
Chromebook,
strictly Apple.
Somehow. But yes,
Yeah.
to answer your question.
When he was
So
a child,
slow.
he walked like a child, talked like a child, and then when he became an adult, he got a MacBook and left everything behind.
Yep, but he still
That was in the
still
Bible.
talks like a child
It's in the
because he's
Bible.
still using Chrome. It's in the Bible.
It's in the Bible. No, so maybe I'm partial. Maybe I'm just lazy because I don't want to switch everything over. And then the extension pieces. I just feel like they make it a lot easier. I mean, even when you're using Safari, if you think about it natively in a browser and you Google something, I guess is the word.
Right.
When you search something, what comes up? I guess I don't know. I couldn't state that 100%.
What?
Like what search engine? It's not Bing.
Oh,
I mean,
Okay.
technically it would be Google that comes up,
yeah.
right?
I was about to say, yeah.
Whenever it pops up,
I'm just gonna type in.
I
strictly
come
Apple.
up. Yeah, I put strictly Apple up.
It's Google.
It automatically going to pop up to
Google.
like
Yeah,
it's
it's
Google, but it's not using Google to find Google. It's using Safari to find Google. That's what I have. But I would say that I'm just in the same boat as you are when it comes to being so deep into Safari that I wouldn't switch.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing though. Brooke uses Google. She likes using Google, but she also uses Gmail, the app.
Yeah. Same. So I use Gmail on
I'm
my
a
phone
Safari and I'm a mail
Yeah.
app.
So that
right?
brings me to my next point. So I used to, when I was using Safari back in the day, in 5C days,
Mm-hmm.
I used to put Google Mail into Mail, right?
Okay.
So it would work seamlessly, right? But you don't have all the same features,
Yeah.
Yeah. Signatures, post sending, stuff like that. Well, at least you didn't used to. I just feel like it's a lot easier. And with Gmail, using the app itself, you have Google Meets, you have everything embedded into it, and not with Mail.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a male cat too.
I'm a
Just
male.
normal. Like whenever I make an account or whatever.
And that's the
I
other
always
thing.
use
So I get
iCloud.com.
jealous.
Yeah.
I get jealous, and I feel like I'm left behind because every time there's a mail update or integration, I don't use that.
Yeah. No, I only use mail. I don't have I guess on our business, I don't have any other mail app downloaded except for what we use our business through. And that's just if I can't get it on there. Because
Right.
I will say, though, sometimes there's issues with mail or where it signs you out or you have to re-enter your password. Like I probably have 7 or 8 mail notifications a day where it's like, you need to re-enter your password. I'm like, cancel.
You think about the ease of integration as well, too. This is kind of nerdy. But if you think about, like, especially with your iCloud, you have passwords saved, whatnot. That's not Google. So if I set up a device, if I need it quickly, or if I just have another random device that I don't use a lot, automatically I'm going to have my passwords for Safari in there. Google, no.
Yeah.
Because you got to download Google.
Yep.
And you got to redo everything else.
But that, passwords. And I think that's the reason I use Safari and I use Mail because everything's integrated. It's the same reason, top reason why I like Apple.
Yeah.
Is everything is integrated. And now the Apple has the password. Is it the app? The password? Right. It was excellent, by the way.
iOS 18, is that when that dropped?
17?
Or maybe it was
I think it was
before, but
17.
whatever it is, I love that app.
Yeah,
so much.
it's a great app because before you had to go into your settings and look for
Right.
it, and
Not
it wasn't the
doing that.
same. Now
Not doing
you can go in there, you can see your password, you can click on the link to change your password as well, which I think is top tier there. But I think it just making it easier all the way around, and I like to stick with the brand.
Have you seen? That'd be curious how people like. I tend to ignore notifications, especially when they're important.
Oh yeah, those are the best ones to ignore.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
Because I mean, why hurry? Life's short.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No.
Probably not. Anyway, notifications. So in the passwords app, anytime I go in there, it's because like on the TV, it's signed out of Disney Plus, and it's already saved in apps. So I'm like, oh, let me go look here. But then I get notifications, and it says like 18 of your passwords are compromised across the internet.
Yeah.
Change them now. And I'm like, nah,
Well, I get those emails as well, or
because
like
it's going to log me out.
Well, I get the notifications that say your password may have been leaked in a recent data breach.
Yeah.
Or
all of
something like that.
Yeah.
Which at that point, the best idea is to change your password. So if you're listening to this, you need to change your password. If that happens, great idea. But to me, I'm like, what are the chances?
What are the chances? It's kind of like if somebody steals my debit card, and if they go to the ATM and they try to get cash out, joke's on them.
Yeah.
Like they went through all that trouble.
That's insane.
You know what I mean?
Declined.
If they try to get on my Disney Plus or they go to my Gmail, what are they going to find? Just junk. They're going to have to go through that.
Yeah.
So
That's my spam
Do you
folder.
guys use different passwords for different things, or do you usually keep it around the
This
same?
is getting pretty personal.
it is.
It is.
It is. No, you definitely have to
Especially
change it
since
up.
I just told you one of my passwords.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like
Really?
30 minutes ago.
No, you definitely have to change it up. Honestly, I think some of the best passwords are the ones that are just every single random letter in the book. The alphabet plus the whole entire, number system plus all the buttons on
I
there.
agree. When they ask, this is kind of crazy offshoot. When they ask, they're like, "Hey, do you want to use this password?" And they make
No.
something up that's like
Yeah.
87
I
characters.
never do.
Is it safe to do? I
Mm-mm.
probably should, but no, because I know in a month I'm going to get locked out of something. I'm not
So you
going
got
to
to
remember.
save. You got a
Correct.
saved password. You got to make sure it's saved. So what I always do on that is if I ever use those, I will automatically copy it. Then I go back into the system, like I log out, and then I go back in and make sure that it's saved to my passwords.
That's too much.
No, it's not. It's
Yeah.
actually pretty
Yeah.
important.
Maybe worded like hearing that, it sounds like a lot, but you're right. It's probably not a lot.
It's not really
It's
that
probably not.
much,
Yeah.
and it makes me feel a lot more secure.
Sure. And I will say, no harm, no shame to PNC Bank. I do some business
You
banking.
sound
through
like
them.
you're about to put some harm
Yeah,
and
that's
shame
my
to 'em.
bank. You better
Let's be
watch out.
honest. So the PNC Bank app, I downloaded when I first opened up a business account there. I downloaded it. I got in. It was a really poor app at the time. And they admitted it, so they like redid it. I got into it. I forgot the password. Like my phone updated, so I didn't use my face ID anymore. I didn't know the password, so I went for like 6 months, and then finally I called one day. I'm like, "Hey, can you help me reset?" They did it. 6 months later, I kid you not, by one day, I hadn't used it for months. It didn't log me in, so I did it again. So I called, and the guy goes, "How often do you reset it? Exactly every 6 months?" And I was like, "No, it's not on purpose, dude. Like I can't get into the app. I don't use the app. So I would rather call the number on the back of my card and manually listen to my account settings.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, because they don't make it easy. Like Apple makes it easy. You know what I mean? Use your face.
Yep.
If my face gets destroyed, I can't bank. I can't open my Gmail.
That's true. So don't get your face destroyed.
I did. I feel like I got my face destroyed. I just got a new tooth yesterday.
Yeah.
It's not gold either. It's not wooden. But working through integration of those, are you guys big on numbers? And
I'm a numbers guy and I'm a pages guy. And I don't like Microsoft Word or Excel. I'm okay with Sheets for Google, and that's only because it's very easy to send, and a lot of people have Google accounts, so it's easy to use that. And obviously in our industry, everybody has Google accounts and Sheets. But that right there, I will do numbers because I have it on my phone. It's easy. You can share it. I do pages. Now I'm not great at pages. I know how to drag and drop a logo, and
right.
But they have some templates on there if you want to do an invoice, or templates on there for business cards or certificates or any of that. They have that on there. But also the pages and notes or numbers are the good ones. But then that's for me personally.
Yeah, I use.
We're talking about what, spreadsheets or just
yeah,
okay.
Like so I grew up using all the way through college and after college using all of Microsoft. As far as sheets, everything, Word, and then Excel was really big. I did like 3 courses in college on Excel, and then when I got Apple devices, I was all into it because it was cool. You could do it. I even for a job, one of my first jobs that I did, a monthly, what do you call it? I'm lost for word on that. A monthly update for the employees of the company.
Mm-hmm.
I did it on Pages. And now that I'm thinking about it, it's so tedious, dude, because I did it on my phone and I was like dragging images over to like refill.
Yeah.
And then everything's just integrated with Google. Maybe that's the whole part of this.
Well, Google does have their monopoly on some stuff.
And they have way more templates. You can third-party templates into it.
They have a lot more options overall. I agree with that. And I'm getting to the point where I'm using Sheets a lot more, in the past year for sure. But I don't know. I like numbers just because it's Apple. I like to stick with the brand.
I feel like it's too simplified.
Yeah.
Numbers.
Yeah, but what's wrong with that?
I guess nothing. I do a lot of.
I mean, if you're going for a complex way, yeah, there's other ways, but why not go with the simple route? That's the same argument I have with people with iPhones.
Yeah.
A lot of people will argue the fact that, Galaxy or Android or, Windows are better than Apple. Why would you choose harder?
Yeah. When you do, so this is curious because I haven't re-downloaded it in a long time. And I used to use the speaking one a lot too. What's that called? What's the app called that do presentations with?
Keynote.
I used that.
Not PowerPoint.
No, I used Keynote.
Keynote. I was just about to bring that up because Keynote is what Apple calls all their stuff. It's a Keynote.
Yeah, and it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they make it very simple with the templates and everything.
Yep.
Not as customizable, I'm sure it is now, but
because PowerPoint's a Microsoft.
Correct.
Right? And Keynote is Apple's version of PowerPoint.
Correct. And I feel like a lot of people are even going to like Canva and everything else for presentations. I mean, we don't need any of these apps. Just ask ChatGPT.
Well, that's why I was going to say it. One of these days, we're going to be able to say, hey, ChatGPT, I need a
Speaking of
10-page PowerPoint. Or
what were we experimenting in Tuesday, Alex? When we were in line for food, what were we using ChatGPT for?
Yeah.
And then we went off another
We were
road.
trying to outsmart Landon and Strictly Apple.
And it almost did it.
not hard.
It almost did it.
Okay.
What is
while waiting for a burrito.
Yeah.
What were you trying to do?
We were in line at Chipotle.
Yeah, and I was using ChatGPT, and inside of ChatGPT, you can add other AI bot. You can add.
There's another section of it.
There's another section.
It's a video.
One is video. ChatGPT.
It literally is an AI. We'll make a 2-minute video, whatever.
Yeah. So I told it what I wanted to do, how long I wanted
and
it.
it just about did it.
Yeah.
About 2 or 3.
Okay.
2 or 3 tweets.
Okay. And I don't know if we can keep this on the podcast, but what did you tell it to do?
We said we wanted a minute or under.
Yep.
About a video about iPhone 17 and the specs.
Yeah.
Right. We just put.
Was it
something
a
random.
voice? Was it a phone?
It was a voice.
Literally a video that you would find on YouTube.
Here's
just
the
about.
problems. Here where the problems come down.
Yeah.
Right.
These are the
super weird, super generic, and the problem was the photos that it added. It was like with your iOS 17 and the picture that came sliding across the screen. Not only was horribly digital, but it was like an iPhone 11
Yeah,
with a
the-
home button.
It was that
the
bad?
girl was holding
Yeah.
an iPhone like 8 or something. It was weird.
Yeah, it was kind of
It's
off.
not there yet,
No.
but
It's
it'll be there
it
So
will be.
creatives still have a job.
Yeah, I know. I literally looked at Alex.
for
was
now
like,
through 25.
we're being replaced.
No, that's insane.
We're being replaced, and we saw the video, and we're like,
crazy.
okay.
Yeah. What you got to think though, 5 years ago that wasn't a big thing,
Right.
and 5 years from now is that going to be perfected?
Yeah.
It'd be cool. It'd be cool. It'd be, I don't think you can necessarily duplicate or replace a creative, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
But I think you can make a creative better with the help of a computer.
Artificial
Yeah,
intelligence.
with art.
And
AI.
that's the whole thing about. I know we keep going back to AI, and intelligence.
We love talking about AI.
We really do.
We do because I also, if you look at my photos right now, I got in a wormhole on Pinterest last night when I was working on podcast
Pinterest.
stuff.
Wow, I would never say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got singled
User
out.
too cool for school. You'll find me.
I just wouldn't say Pinterest. I
Okay.
would lie and say something.
I
else
found
for
some
sure.
very Pinteresting things online,
He did not just say that. Oh my
and they were about AI tools,
Okay.
about different ones, and literally, you talk about like it's not there yet, but some of these AI, you're learning to code, you code into it, and it learns you, adapts over time. So literally, you could say, okay, here's these websites full of real stock images. Only use images from Apple.com.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yep.
And then it would know to use real images rather than whatever.
Right.
But you have to learn how to prompt it, and that's what I started learning about last night.
Well,
What you want out of it, you need to tell what you want out of it.
that's a good thing too, because even with ChatGPT, and we preach about it all the time here. If you tell ChatGPT, so you put an email in and the email's not correct, right?
Yep.
You're like, make it more personal,
Mhm.
right? Because maybe you're not emailing the president of the United States. Maybe you're emailing somebody else, like a normal person, right?
Yeah, coworker or something.
Yeah. And you don't want to be hello or in cheers at the end, like the whole 9 yards, right?
Yeah.
So you want to email them and, hey man, I need this done. Can you get this done at a certain time? But there has to be some professionalism to it. So you put it through there, make it more personal. Or the other day, we were sorting through inventory and we're thinking about changing our inventory and SKUs and things of that nature. So I went on ChatGPT. I said, give me, which was crazy. I know when we first started using ChatGPT, I did this. I said, give me every single device, every single iPhone from like the iPhone 8 up and up. I need you to put 3 conditions, mention every single color, and give me SKUs for all of them.
Matter of seconds.
Now, I will say that it took a couple tries to because you got to think, I think there were over 1,000 SKUs just for
Right.
phones, right? And
Mhm.
1,000 SKUs for iPads. But it took a little bit of time for me to be like, hey, what, change this, change that, edit
Yeah.
this. But then once it got it, I'll tell it to put it in a PDF.
Yeah.
And then I print out a PDF with that.
Boom.
It's great.
It's crazy.
And that was what I was learning about the prompts. Like,
Yeah.
I always say, like, okay, do this, but you're not telling it, hey, make a spreadsheet or make a PDF.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to tell every single portion of the outcome.
Now, the only problem that I haven't went too deep in this. I'm almost like, can you make me a PDF that I can open on Pages? That's where I'm at. I think I'll make you a PDF. And then normally what I have to do is I have to copy it, and then I'll have to paste it and put it in Pages. And then I have to go through and still edit it and make spaces, bold, italicize, the whole 9 yards there.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it will. Well, I also have not asked it to. So
Here's something that I do not know about that I'm actually kind of curious when I was looking at it, because there's so many, it's not just ChatGPT. There's so many chatbots
There's a
with
lot of them.
AI now. I was looking up, okay, so what are the free ones? What are they rated at? Why are they free? Are they just open developers who like it, or is it way, less
Right.
extensive in AI learning? And no one really has an answer for that. Everybody thinks theirs is theirs is the best one. I buzzed. I'm plugged into the thing still. I
Oh.
forgot. Yeah. So so the question was all these different chatbots. So you have ChatGPT, and say you have something called like Worm GPT, right?
Yep.
I think I should.
Are they communicating?
Copilot. I think.
Copilot is yeah,
PCs.
okay.
Yeah,
PC.
is Microsoft.
So they don't know the same information because they haven't been coded the same way. So if I were to say, hey, make me a PDF like this about iPhone 17, all the specs, all the different colors, and make me SKUs, whatever, to one, will it do the same thing with another one? Because it's not the same.
With a different program.
It's not,
So,
hasn't learned the
That's a
same.
great point. I actually asked, I was talking with a guy a couple weeks ago. We were at a holiday party, and he was like, yeah, man, I like ChatGPT. I'm like, yeah. And then he was starting to go into, well, there's so many different programs out there that you can use, and that there are different programs that can be used that are better versed for certain things. So, sponsor White Castle if you're watching the video.
I just covered it.
It is there's certain type of programs that can be used for. He was like, I have one that I use for emails. Then I have one
Yep.
that I use for documents.
And that's what I didn't know until last night.
Right. So there's a lot of different ones. But I will say, so what I did on my ChatGPT is I opened up a sidebar on the left and I said, hey, everything in this bar is going to be an email. Sign it with this, put this at the end, put this at the beginning, the whole 9 yards there. Then I opened up one that for compensation packages, right? So put this on there, think about this, do this every time. Then we have one that sometimes we use ChatGPT for our Instagram captions. So I said, hey, can you go through and every single time I need emojis inside these captions, I need these hashtags, and every time I go in there, I'll put something, add to it. And it does it every single time. So using those individual search bars that are labeled as each topic, I think will help it understand what you're doing as time goes on.
So I know this isn't Apple related, but it kind of is because now ChatGPT is integrated into Apple, right?
Yeah.
So kind of a learning spec. So I dumbed it down all the way last night. So
Which is really low.
yeah, super low. Like, hey, show me what you would show in kindergarten. So it was pictures.
Oh,
We
yeah,
worked our way up from pictures. The whole point would be, as I'm prompting Apple Intelligence now, I prompted as ChatGPT.
Okay.
So with that, the basic structure of a prompt, this is very interesting, for ChatGPT or any AI would be acting as a, and then you put a role.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm very familiar with
And then
this.
you say perform task in format.
Huh.
So acting as a marketer, create a sales copy, show as PDF.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's crazy.
That's the most direct way for it to
I was
understand
gonna say,
that.
yeah, so to get your results that you want, be that specific.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so we'll go one more because I find it absolutely
That was
incredible.
really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So acting as a marketer, we'll go with that one. Create a video script, show as plain text file or as a list.
Mm.
Because we feel like the more integrated you get, you have to prompt that original one and then add details into it later.
That's
If not, it
interesting.
gets confused because the regular text of a sentence, it's trying to decode that because it's not human.
Yeah.
And you need to be specific with each one.
Yeah.
I'm not going
So-
to show all my cards here, but I will ask ChatGPT to be unbelievably specific and whittle it down. And then if I don't like what it says, I'll go into another.
Hey, do this time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then if I don't like that, I'll go into another. I wouldn't say software, but like another website,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll copy and paste what ChatGPT gave me, put it there into a paraphraser, and then I can change up the wording to my liking.
Use words that a 17 or 18, how old are you?
So I'm 17. I'll be 18.
Use
in 3
words that a
months.
17-year-old and a senior in high school would use so that he doesn't get caught on
You
his...
said that, not me.
Smart.
Act as a podcast host.
Oh yeah, write me a.
Being super drippy.
Super drip. We call Jonathan, by the way, he's behind the camera.
Yeah.
We call him Swaggy around here. There's a lot of reasons for that. You'll see soon.
There was actually an all team meeting for all Strictly Apple.
Yep.
And you said something about sunglasses in the building, and you go, listen, the only person that's allowed to have sunglasses on in this building
Joan.
is the kid
Swaggy.
from the Midwest.
Yep.
Well, that's a cool
one and
nickname.
only.
It's a good vibe about him
That's-
overall.
That's a super good vibe. Let's turn back around too. I know we're gonna wrap this up in a couple minutes. Turn back around. It's been a few months now, quite a few months, 3 months, and I'm still super jealous about the Ultra 2,
Mm-hmm.
all black.
Okay. Negatives. Let's start with the negatives.
Let's start with negative. Are we
I
chipping?
didn't even know this.
Maybe you were not here one of those days.
I
No one
didn't know.
talked
I
about-
didn't know that you upgraded.
He doesn't look at your wrists every day. That's offensive.
Yeah, I guess.
Why aren't you looking at my
bad.
wrist? Okay, the problem with this, and I love it, and I will say the same thing to everybody. Okay, it's almost like the Ultra 1 and the Ultra 2, the titanium color does better because it's already titanium. If I see around the edges where I can start to see wear.
Is it
a
titanium
lot
underneath?
More. It's
Like bright
what is the color of titanium?
titanium.
Is it like a brown, right? Because
No,
when I think of
my
titanium
phone-
color,
my phone's a titanium. It's like a almost gray, like silver color, I guess.
I just wish that they could have the color of the titanium be the color of the physical watch. So when I nick the watch or if I scuff the watch, it's like the same colors underneath of it. You know what I mean? What you would think, or what you would want, or what you would hope that would come from a, $800 Apple Watch. That's kind of the idea with it.
It says titanium is a metallic white metal with a smoky charcoal gray hue.
Huh.
Whatever that means.
So neither of these watches, whether
really,
it's
no.
the titanium, the Ultra 1 or the Ultra 2 with the titanium color, or this black Apple Watch, it's not the actual color. I would like to see titanium in titanium color.
You have any like wear? Did your wrist?
Yeah,
black?
if you look at it, no, my wrist is not black. But if you look at
I
that,
guess there's different ones. There's blue,
around the edges,
Yeah, I can see
there's
it.
you can see the wear.
Blue titanium, black titanium, white, natural, and desert. Apparently, there's different variations.
Is that just Apple?
I typed in what exact colors titanium.
Yeah,
and
well,
apple,
there's
and there's
obviously
one, two,
those colors
three,
with the
4, 5.
iPhone.
It is a little bit harder to tell because the edge of the glass is also shiny.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, at least it's discreet, but I can start to see the wear.
But I can tell you, out of the Apple Watches that we get for trade-in or people
Yep.
sell or whatever, there's going to be more issues and more lower quality conditions with these black Apple Watches than there were with any other watch. And I will say, I don't think I noticed that as much on like any of the black Apple Watches previously.
Really?
Nice scuffs and stuff, like small ones, but mainly that stuff's on the screen.
And it's more of a rough matte black for
Yeah.
those, I feel like.
But I love that watch. It's a good watch. I think it matches just overall. I pretty much wear the same thing every day. If you guys haven't noticed already, people in my life also ask me. But we're about to get some new merch for everybody here. So
You
Nice.
always ask me too. Do you have more than one of that shirt?
yeah,
Yeah.
me and you are the same when it comes to clothing.
Yeah, because I
Just
find
about, yeah.
one shirt I like and print it 5 times.
But you have fancier shoes. He wears Converse. He is a
I'm a Converse king.
Converse guy, yeah.
Converse King.
And then last one, breakdown of 16. So 17 rumors coming out. Got a 17 Air
That's crazy.
of a phone coming
I'll
out.
buy that.
Already.
You would?
I'm going to buy that.
Would you want-
If it's real. If it's a
buy,
size.
buy it because you want it, or buy it because
I would like to see it. It's the first of a kind. I think the people would like to see it. You tell us if you want to see it when it comes out.
Experimental.
Again, you got to think about this, man. I feel like I just got this phone,
yeah.
and we're 8 months away
That's
from another
literally
one.
what I
That's what I'm
just
talking
thought to
about.
myself. I'm like, are we all like iPhone 17, dude?
Already
September
8 months
was,
from release.
Right. What?
8 months from release. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
That's
there
the
it is.
iPhone
That
16
is the
right
iPhone
there.
16.
Is that sealed?
That's not been open.
So that's the iPhone 16, and it's cool. And I will say as well, I think the iPhone 16 and all the colors that they just did and are doing with the, they have like a green one, they have
The
a
pink one is really
pink
cool.
one,
Pink
and with the
iPhone's
matte,
sweet.
I think the matte, and then around the camera where it's gloss
Mhm.
or like the glass, I think it looks really good. I think it's one of
It's
the
a really
Apple's
sleek,
best
cool
designs.
design, yeah.
Yep, and the camera placement, I think it's all really, really good. So we'll see what happens with the new phone. As of now, I don't know what they're going to do on the next phone because it's. How are you going to perfect
This.
it?
What do you got there?
He always has one of these with him.
Bring back the 5C.
Bring back the 5C.
Isn't that the cool kid thing right now?
Let's do a video. I'm going to record a video and say shot on iPhone 5C.
Let's do it, dude. Let's do it. You can borrow mine. I'll let you borrow
I'll
my
probably
5C.
have to hook a charger up to it nonstop.
Okay, so it was working a couple weeks ago. This whole time I've been charging. I think I got a faulty cord though.
Oh.
Ooh.
It's one of my
Rats.
dog chewed toys.
Oh yeah. You can't bring those here.
we
It's
got
crazy.
more Apple cords. You can borrow one.
No. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So breaking down into it, I know we've got some special guests coming up. Kind of an insight.
Yeah. So the next couple of weeks, you guys will be able to meet some of the team here.
We've already
the
met
Apple
Tony.
team.
If you're a long-time listener, you'll get to hear from Tony again.
Yep.
We're going to talk about some cool stuff from his personal outside of work stuff
Yep.
using Apple to what he does here. And then also, you're finally going to meet the myth, the legend, David.
The tech.
It's going to be a good one the next couple of weeks. So
Yeah.
stay tuned.
Yeah, if you're into gaming, if you're into kind of the nerdy DIY tech, how to preserve your MacBook, your phone, we're going to dive into some really
And you're
cool
gonna
stuff.
you're gonna get that all out of them.
Yeah, my name's Alex.
I'm Landon.
And I'm Jonathan.
We'll see you guys later.
Talk to you soon.